Oh, are we recording now?
We are.
All my mermaids.
Well, welcome to the Everyday Mermaid podcast, everybody.
Hello, France.
I'm Abby, the Everyday Mermaid at Mermaid Vlogs, and this is my mergal pal, Lauren, here.
I know. I am here.
She's here. We are so glad you're here. Just so everyone knows, if you are listening and not watching the YouTube version, this doesn't really apply, but if you're watching the YouTube version, we have 10K balloons behind us because I got 10K followers on Instagram this week. Snaps for 10K. I'm super pumped.
Good job.
Thanks, girl. That was my goal for 2018, was to get 10,000 followers
And it's
on
only
Instagram.
October.
I know, girl. I know. Just, yeah.
What if you got like 11,000?
Then that would be great news. Honestly, I'm just thankful that I reached my goal.
That would be it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. It's really cool.
Yeah, girl.
So how is your October going so far?
It's good. Ben and I went to Fall Creek Falls. And, last episode we chatted about Halloween, or a couple episodes ago we chatted about Halloween and how we weren't quite, exactly sure, like, what the plan was and stuff.
Yes, I recall this. I still think I'm at a loss as to what I shall be, but
Yeah.
have you figured yours out?
Well, I have a few fun projects that I got to do. So everybody just stay tuned. On the 27th, I will be debuting my Halloween stuff.
Yay!
So
I'm excited.
Should be good.
That'll be really,
Halloween
really fun.
Mermaid. Holla. So you still don't know what you're going to be for Halloween?
No, I never know what I'm going to be for Halloween. Well, okay, so kind of. So Halloween's on a Wednesday this year, which means I will not be going out or doing anything because I'm a preschool teacher and I have to sleep. But we're doing a trunk or treat. Which have you?
Oh, right. With your cars.
Yeah.
Cars,
So the car is the trunk is up and you decorate it and you make it look really cute. And so our classroom is doing Pete the Cat.
Love Pete the Cat.
Pete the Cat is great. If you guys don't know what Pete the Cat is, you're
so
not around enough children.
Yes. Educate yourself.
Yeah, because Pete the Cat is the greatest. And so we've decided to do Pete the Cat. So I'll probably do, like ears and whiskers and like have like a blue shirt on and things like that. Because we have to be there like to man our little trunk. And we're going to decorate it. So that's what we're working on this week is decorating. Is decorations for our Pete the Cat. And then, but my go-to is for the actual day of Halloween is going to be my dress, my big goofy.
Oh, yes, your princess dress.
Yeah, my princess
Prom
dress.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
For those who have not heard the story of this magical dress, go listen to the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
It is a great story. I just love that dress. And so I just, it's really, really fun. And we have my neighborhood when I was growing up in it. So we live in my grandfather's old house because we inherited it when he passed away. And so when I was growing up, there weren't that many kids in the neighborhood because it's like an older community and everybody, like most of those kids had like grown up and moved out. Well, now it's like a whole new ball game. There's so
new world.
Well done. I can't believe I missed that. It is though.
Yeah, that's exciting though to have like people coming to your door and stuff.
I love trick-or-treaters. They are my favorite. I just coo and just
check out their awesome costumes.
Yeah.
Some of those parents go all out, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped to see all the costumes that are happening.
So, I read a comic book, guys.
Does it involve mermaids?
It does.
Okay, good.
We can talk about that. So, I recently read a comic book called Damsels, Volume 1. So far as I know, there are only 2. Maybe 3 is in the works. I'm not really sure. But Damsels is by Leah Moore. And I'm going to give you the synopsis by the library because that's just going to be easier than me trying to describe everything to you. Yeah. So it says, once upon a time, the princesses of classic fairy tales banded together to save their kingdoms from war. Rappa, a red-headed girl with a fiery spirit and lost memories, discovers a conspiracy that threatens the peace among all the mythical creatures of the land. Joined by the Little Mermaid, the Frog Prince, and Red Riding Hood, Rappa journeys through fabled forests and legendary realms on a quest to foil the scheme. Who has stolen the identities of beloved heroines Rapunzel, Belle, and Talia, and plots to destroy all the fairy races?
Wow, that sounds great.
It's okay.
Oh.
The idea I think is really good and is really interesting.
Love that.
I'm always a big fan of the fairy tales kind of ending, like combining and all of them kind of working together. And if you are not a comic book reader, I would not say start with this one. I've been reading them since I was a little girl. I have a uncle who runs a comic book store.
Yeah, like a family owned, big deal.
And I had a very hard time following the story, just because it was just, the dialogue was very jumpy. You'd be basically what you thought was in the middle of an explanation, and then it would jump to somebody else's point of view talking, and so you jump back and forth between these things, and it was just really, I didn't understand the flow. Like, I didn't understand, why are we talking about this story now, or like why are we in this world? Because like, she met a ton of fairy tale characters. There was like, it alluded to like the 12 Dancing Princesses story at one point. Yeah. That was where the Frog Prince came into play. Like, he was the prince who had like snuck down to find out where the 12 Dancing Princesses like were going every night. Yeah. And he got into the fairy realm and got turned into a frog.
No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know. So it had some really interesting like ideas behind it, just not all that greatly executed.
That is such a bummer, honestly.
I think there just ended up being a whole lot more content than could be explained in the amount that they had.
Yeah.
The illustrations are really gorgeous. I really, really liked that. Like, there were people that were actual sizes in the books, because oftentimes in comic books you can have these like gorgeous women who are not
at all proportioned.
Thank you. Yeah, and this did not have that problem.
Oh, good.
They were
Thank you, whoever drew these people.
Like the Little Mermaid, she was like really small and like tiny, but she was kind of scary. Like, she was wearing this kind of shroud around her head, so you couldn't really see. And so when you pulled it away, she had like really sharp teeth, and she had the gills, and like it was a whole thing.
A little spooky mermaid.
I know. And she was like really obsessed with the prince, and that was a very realistic take on what you could see of the original Little Mermaid story. So that was really interesting. And I mean, interesting, just hard to get through. So I'd say 2.5 shells out of 5.
2.5 shells out of 5 shells. Mm-hmm. Okay. That is our rating system.
Yeah. If it changes, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
I mean, it didn't take very long to read. An hour, maybe 2.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're still interested in it, it's not gonna hurt you none. Like, I got mine from the library. I literally typed in mermaids into the search bar and saw what was at my local library, and that was one of them. And I was like, sure, why not? And I read it that afternoon. So it was really, really easy to find, and I had access to. I'm a big library person, guys. So I'm going to say always check your local libraries and find out what they've got. Most of them have an interlibrary lending system. So you can request and that whole thing. I'm also in the middle of another book right now that is mermaid related.
Which one?
It's called The Book of Speculation.
Oh my goodness!
I will tell you more about that
at a later
date, because I'm probably about halfway through it now, and it's not taking long at all. So, and I'm really enjoying that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So look for that on our next review time.
So excited to hear about that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
okay. So 2 out of 5 shells. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting concept.
Very interesting.
I wonder. It's always cool, like when the fairy tale characters come together and you get to see them together, which I think is one of the reasons why I'm super pumped about Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet, because all the princesses are going to be like all in one place, and it just looks like a really great time.
All right. So can I get real with you really quick?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not excited about that.
Why?
Wreck-It Ralph is fine.
Yeah.
It's just fine to me.
Okay.
Like
Agreed.
I saw the
I was
first
not
one.
a huge fan of that movie. Like,
Right.
it was cute, but
It's
like
cute.
I wasn't like game changer, life changed.
So basically what I'm like, that's my shtick. I'm like, you're telling me that you are finally putting all of my Disney ladies in the same room with as many of the original voices as could be found, and you chose Wreck-It Ralph? I'm a little bit offended, and I feel slightly attacked. I'm not gonna lie. That just my heart hurts due to that and that alone.
Man, and I completely understand your frustration.
Okay.
And I think the only reason I would see Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet is because of that,
Which is exactly why.
Which is why they did it. Yeah, for sure. They had to.
That's actually the reason I wouldn't see it, because I'm offended. No.
Well.
But they do have my girl Merida, and the fact that she was included is huge for me, because I mean, she's not. I wouldn't say often included in the Disney.
Nope.
Princess,
she's not.
Like, realm, because that's a Pixar film.
Mm-hmm.
I will fight you on it. Because everybody's like, oh, Disney and Pixar, they're the same thing.
No, honey.
No.
Try again.
They're not. So, Merida's the only princess that Pixar has done. And I love her. I love Merida. I love her.
You do the best voice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. That's how I first started working for you.
Yes, you do the best Merida voice.
I rediscovered the line that I used to use to get into character the other day.
Covered in fur.
I guess that's the one.
It's not like you're naked.
That's what she says. You're covered with fur. You're not naked. It's not like anyone's going to see you.
That's so good.
I love that movie. I do. I have a very soft spot for Merida. She is my gal pal.
She's your spirit animal.
My spirit animal. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, so they included her, and I'm really for that. Like, that makes me really, really happy. And, like, they even included Pocahontas, and I think Mulan as well. Is she in that?
I would imagine. Like, I should hope so.
Yeah.
If everybody's in there, she should be there.
So I think that's really cool, but I'm just...
that is hilarious. I love hearing that perspective, though, because, like, it didn't even occur to me that, that was, one of the reasons. Yeah.
I know.
It just did not occur to me that
I think it just mostly makes me sad. I'm like, really? Ring it round.
I know, man. Well, and yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I mean, you still don't see a lot of Disney princesses, like, in the same place. You do now because of the TV shows and stuff. But back in the day, like, that was kind of against the rules. And Disney just, like, didn't do that. But now you see a lot of the princesses in the same place. And a lot of, like... Even, like, with merchandise and stuff back in the day, like, a lot of their standards were, like, some princesses could be with some princesses and others couldn't be, like, on your backpacks and your shirts. Like, you'd only see some of the princesses together and others, like, couldn't be placed with the others. Yeah, it's a whole big thing. When a couple episodes ago, when I realized that you had not seen Maleficent. Did you watch it? Did you watch Maleficent? Have you seen it yet?
I did.
Thank goodness.
I know. I finally did it. I actually went home that night.
Okay, good.
So Abby was kind enough to let me borrow her Vudu account to see Maleficent, and so I got it on the iPad and watched it that night. And I think, Angelina. Shut up.
God bless her. I just want to, like, look at her all the time and, like, be her all the time.
Really stunning.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciated the effort that went into that aesthetic.
And those prosthetics, like,
cheekbones.
Yeah, and just, like, everything, like, took hours for hair and makeup. So
yeah,
that was really hard. Like, filming and stuff was.
I feel like it can't be comfortable either. I mean, that's a really odd place to have things on your face.
Yeah.
So that was really stunning. I texted you later about it and was like, okay, So the fairies.
She goes, the fairies, though.
We need to talk about the fairies. So in the movie, if you haven't seen it, you know, there's you have these three. You have the three good fairies, and their names are changed in that movie. I don't really know why. Like they're not Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
I wasn't sure why they did that. I still don't know why they did that.
So that was kind of confusing. I mean, I'm assuming these are the three fairies that are going to take care of Aurora, and they are. And I'm like, okay. But when you first see them, they're obviously like fairy size. Except, are they?
But are they, though?
Their heads are nearly human sized on little fairy bodies.
Yeah.
And that's a little distressing.
Yeah. And I texted you back because I was like, because of course it's CG. And so like, maybe the animator, it was easier for them to have like their heads be like a bigger size or whatever, but because their faces are their faces, and so it's harder to like adjust and stuff and track and whatever. But maybe, I don't know why, but that's just the only reason why I can think that they did that.
I was very confused. I was very confused. I was
or just to make them look, to help you differentiate them as humans and them as fairies.
Right. And it's like, so you can recognize their faces as fairies and then recognize them as humans. Okay. Like that
Perhaps.
I can kind of go along with, but I mean, it was
distracting to say the least.
It was very interesting. So that was fine, or sure. Again, I think it goes. I kind of go back to storyline. I thought the storyline was really interesting.
Yeah.
The execution.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
The dynamic between Maleficent and her, like low down, good for nothing, awful man in her life was a really compelling one to me. Like it's because it's heartbreaking and you hate. I mean, it's like it's uncomfortable too. What happens? It's really just.
It really is.
Like the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up by the end of it. It's just, eesh.
And again, like Angelina, I mean, she killed it, man.
Yeah.
She killed it.
And I think if you had just kind of left it to that and really developed that story, you could have gotten away with a lot more because it's, Aurora seems very secondary.
Definitely.
Which I guess is kind of the point.
That's the point of it for sure. But, for some reason, I don't feel like casting wise for her, I feel like it could have been done better.
Yeah, because I mean, in my head the whole time I'm thinking of Sleeping Beauty, the animated movie.
Like just a little bit more mature. Just a little bit.
A tiny bit. Just especially because the contrast between Angelina Jolie's Maleficent and Elle Fanning as Aurora, it is so different. And I know that that's the point, but it doesn't seem like a good different. It just felt it felt forced. That's what it is. It felt forced to she's so good and she's so wonderful and she's so young and pure and innocent. And here Maleficent is not. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, we understand.
I just didn't love her.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that was the only thing that was disappointing to me. The fairies didn't really bother me that much. I think that's hilarious that you were like, those fairies, though.
The fairies.
But
because I am a fairy.
Yeah. That's totally why.
That is why.
Because you know way more about fairies than I do. But I do think that she was like super distracting. And it was almost, I don't know. I would have never pictured her in that role. Not that that matters, but I just really feel like there were a few other options. Like there are a few people that I could think of that would have done better. That are just a little older. Like just a little bit.
And maybe too, their chemistry isn't great.
Could be. Absolutely.
Like that might have made it a huge difference too. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I still don't see the two of them as together.
Yeah,
not in like mother-daughter kind of sense. Like
because I understand why they wanted her to be that young because it would just not make sense for the whole storyline. If she, you know, I understand. And she, like, it was her 16th birthday. Like, I understand. But, like, yeah, I agree. The chemistry.
Yeah.
Been.
And then I mean, the prince is obviously a tool. Not in the insulting sense, but a story tool.
Yes.
He is literally introduced solely
For the
to
purpose
kiss
of
her.
kissing her.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he's there.
You know, and he kind of reminded me of a very young Zac Efron. Back in the High School Musical days with the swoop hair, you know.
Okay.
I was like, what are we doing here? I just felt like his hair needed to be something different.
I was seeing him as a Jacob Black scenario from the Twilight movies.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. That was just kind of like, so that's why you're here. Glad we cleared that
Got
up.
it. So, okay. Yeah, for sure. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think, you know, because Angelina was so good, I was fine overlooking, you know, the other things because I just, like, I will watch it again and again because she did so, like, it was so amazing.
Yeah, and everybody's got movies like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like mine is Brave.
Yeah, for sure.
That movie is not the greatest movie ever made. Will I watch it over and over and over again?
Of course.
You bet.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how I am. Yeah, I've got a few movies like that I'll just watch over and over again. Do you have, like, other movies besides Brave that you like to watch?
Oh, okay. Well, if we're talking, like, really bad movies that I will watch no matter what, mine is League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
That
Never would have thought
movie
that.
is so bad. It is so bad, and I am here for it.
Hilarious.
I love that movie.
Oh my
It's like one of the ones that comes on TV a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's a good filler.
Right.
And it's so bad.
So funny.
And the minute I see it, that's it. I'm not doing anything else.
All right, done deal. Days.
No,
Yep.
I'm sitting down. That's my movie. I don't know why. I don't know.
Hilarious.
I think I think it just kind of owns itself.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But I love it. I love that movie. I really do. And I especially love, you'll like this bit of trivia. So there's, if you ever watch the DVD extras on that movie, and you should.
Can't say I ever have, but I will look into that.
There's this clip about Sean Connery and how he talks about this movie, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He's like, well, they offered me a part in Lord of the Rings. And I didn't understand it, so I turned it down. Then they offered me a part in The Matrix, so I read the script. And I didn't understand it, so I turned it down. Then they offered me a part in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I read the script, didn't understand it, but said, why not?
Oh my gosh. What? God bless Sean Connery.
It doesn't matter. He can do what he wants.
He can. Bless him.
And he does. And I love it. I love that movie. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. And I will watch it every time.
That's great.
Do you have another one?
I mean, I really don't. Not any that are just like super terrible. I don't know.
Well, it's like a go-to movie that you'll watch all the time.
500 Days of Summer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with that movie. I love it. And it's not, I don't know. I just like the style of it. It's kind of artsy fartsy. And I love Regina Spektor. So of course they incorporate a lot of her music in that.
Yeah, they do.
So
I haven't seen that movie in years. Like, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I loved it. I freaked out. Yeah. Bought the DVD. Yeah. It's great.
Oh,
good times.
Man.
We could probably go on forever
I know,
about our
could.
movies,
That's
but
true.
it's probably about time to wrap it up.
Oh.
Do you think?
It's 7:00. Yeah. That'll do it.
Do we have anything else to talk about? Did we write anything else down?
No, I don't think so. I have old stuff from last time. Okay. So one of the things like I really want to do is have and some of you guys might be able to help me with this because I'm actually having a little bit of trouble like finding a book or two about it. But one of the things I had written down was like a history of mermaids.
Yeah.
And I can't really find
really?
like a history book, like nonfiction about like why mermaids or like how that story came to be.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody out there one of our
Yeah,
brave listeners,
help us. Give us some direction.
like, can maybe do some better sleuthing than I do. Because, I mean, this is literally just the last time I went to the library, I was like, okay, I really want to get, you know, a fiction book that has mermaids. I actually ended up picking up 2. And then a, like, historical nonfiction about mermaids, sirens, you know, just the idea of the folklore.
Yeah.
And the other one I want to do is Hans Christian Andersen. And just to have like an abridged version of his life. He actually wrote an autobiography. So I'm going to find, because it wasn't available at the time. So I've requested it and I'm just waiting for it to come in. But I couldn't find anything.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Because like there's all these myths and legends and stories and stuff, and there's nothing.
Yeah. Nothing that could tell me like how it kind of got started. I mean, most likely the myth of the mermaid goes back far beyond written records. So it's all going to be like oral histories. And just the earliest of those were written down, maybe. But other than that, like...
Are we going to have to write our own book or make a documentary about this? Like...
Yes! I don't know. I just thought that was super weird.
That is so strange.
I'm hoping to send it out there into the ethos to our lovely listeners. Because if anybody can do some better sleuthing than I can... Yeah, please help a girl out.
And if you're listening via the Anchor app, or even if you're not, you can download the Anchor app and actually leave us messages, voice messages. So if you come up with something, let us know, man. Yeah. Let us know.
Because I mean, I'm gonna do some more research on my own, but I would love some listener help because that would just.
Well, we might just need to make a field trip to Denmark and Hans Christian Andersen's hometown in Copenhagen.
I would hate that.
Do some research.
You know me in travel. We just don't get along at all.
Says the lady who was gone to New Zealand for an entire year.
Huzzah.
Left me.
I know.
So TBD on the history of mermaids. We will figure that out.
I know. If we gotta make up our own... I'm here for it, but there's something out there.
For sure. We'll find something.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. For those of you who are new to the podcast, we have several episodes that we'd love you to listen to, comment, let us know what you think. And if you can rate us on whatever you're listening to, that is actually super helpful. So if you will rate us and give us all the stars and shells and whatever else it is that you want to give us.
Yeah. Download the Anchor app. You can leave us a voicemail and we can respond to it right here on the air.
Right here, right now. Hello. But until then, be sure to follow me at Mermaid Vlogs. Lauren still does not have her mermaid Instagram up, but you can follow us both at Mermaid Vlogs for now. And thanks for listening. And hey, I guess we'll see y'all next time.
See you on the flip side, guys.